up, y'all? Welcome to the Family Ties Trading Channel. I am your host, Ronnie. So basically, what I'm doing with this channel is basically for the last 5. This would be 5 years. Going on 5 years. I've been trading. I started late 2018. And then over the course of the next 2 to 3 years, I went through trial and error, education, losing money, everything that comes with learning a new language, basically. And so during that time, I was journaling, documenting trades, back testing, printing out chart patterns, winning trades, losing trades. And so basically those are all tangible things. This channel is supposed to basically be is video documentation of basically, my day-to-day process, what I go through before placing a trade, what I look for. And so it's basically just a video documentation of my process. And y'all be able to be a part of that. It'll be something my kids could look at later on and learn from at the same time. I'll be live streaming my trading sessions, but today basically what we're going to be doing is just going over the trades for last week and looking to see what could possibly happen next week. This past week was NFP, so I wasn't really in the markets like that. Because every first of the month there's a lot of news events, so I generally stay at the market and just kind of just study and just work on my craft. So basically, some of you guys may or may not be familiar with trading, but hopefully with this channel, these videos, you'd be able to understand it, get some questions answered, and potentially find another avenue financially to help you get to whatever financial goals you're trying to get to. So right now I'm on a 4-hour time frame, as you can see right here, and that's the time frame I always start on, which is a higher time frame. And so each of these candles, basically what you're looking at, each of these candles is 4 hours worth of price action, price fluctuation. So basically what I see right here, obviously prices in a downtrend basically. So if I basically open this, spread this out, you can basically see from the top of this we have the lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, so obviously price is in the downtrend, so we know that. So I'm gonna switch to the hour time frame. And so on the hour time frame, I'm basically looking for a few things. I'm looking for previous days highs and lows and session highs and lows. Now, when it comes to previous day highs and lows, session highs and lows, to get more understanding of what those things mean, you could email me or just follow along. This is only the first video on the channel, so I'm not expecting you guys to, for the most part, if you don't trade, understand what it is I'm doing, right? So last week we're gonna start from Monday. This is Monday. Let me erase this because I did start erasing some of the stuff on the chart from last week. So this is Monday, right? So I'm gonna erase this. Basically, what these lines indicate are every day at midnight is when the new day starts. So I'm gonna erase this indicator here. And I'm gonna mark up Monday. So I'll start trading at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I live in Cali, so it's Pacific Standard Time. So for me, it would be 5 o'clock. So we're gonna go Monday at 8 o'clock. We're gonna put that line there, which signifies the start of our trading week, start of our trading session, right? So we're gonna go back and put these daily indicators up, right? So right here is Monday. So we're not gonna start trading to this yellow line, but what I need to know is basically what has happened within the last 1 to 2 trading days, which would be Thursday and Friday. So this is Thursday, this is Friday right here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to mark up the highs and lows of, we'll say Friday. We'll go with Friday. Okay. So here's Friday right here. The highest point of Friday was right here. Right? Then we'll mark that as previous day's high. And then we'll mark the previous day's low, which would be generally in this area on Friday. Right? So the previous day's low, which will be Friday, which was the last trading day before Saturday and Sunday, because Saturday and Sunday the market is closed. Hold on, let me move this out of the way. Alright. So now we got Friday's previous day's highs and lows. We're gonna take that off. Take that indicator off. Now what we want to look for is Asian session. Not Asian session. Yeah, previous session highs and lows. Since we trade New York session, our previous session would be London and New York. London, Asian and London. Asian and London session. So here I have Asian session highlighted in blue, London session highlighted in green, right? So let's see. So we have Asian session, London session high. And mind you, Asian session's high is also the previous day's high for this particular day. So, above the London high, we're going to put this liquidity mark. And basically what liquidity is basically where there's money sitting at. Okay? So, and we're going to mark up London low. Okay? as another liquidity point. My bad, y'all. This well, we're kind of slow. Alright, so now that we got previous day high, previous day low, session high, session lows marked up, now we generally are only operating off of the 15-minute and the hourly time frame. Okay? The 15-minute, we're entering off the 15-minute, but we're analyzing on the hourly and the far. So, I'm going to go to the 15-minute time frame right now. As you should remember, I marked up my chart off of the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Okay? Now, mind you, before I do that, let's also keep in mind that on the hourly, we had lower high, lower low, right? This computer is moving super slow right now. Okay? So, because we're in a downtrend, we are anticipating price to break this low. Because we got a lower low, lower high. That's not a lower low. Alright, but let's not get sidetracked. Okay. So right here, I'm gonna drop to 15-minute time frame. And just remember that yellow line right there is where we basically start trading at, which is 8 o'clock. And I usually trade from so Eastern Standard Time is 8 to 11. Pacific Standard Time, because I'm in Cali, it'll be 5 to 8 o'clock, 8:30. Alright, so we on a 15-minute time frame. Alright, so trying to get to this yellow line. Okay. Alright, so here's Monday. Alright, so 5 o'clock Monday, right? So remember, if price is bearish, we're looking for price to take out a previous day's high or a previous session's high before it displays lower. If price is bullish, we're looking for a price to take out either a previous day's high or a session high, or fill a gap in the market. Now you're gonna hear me say some terms and you're not gonna understand what I'm talking about, but just know that as we continue with this series, you'll gradually start to understand what I'm doing, what I'm looking at, and then again at the same time, be more than welcome to email me at familytithesandtrades@gmail.com with any questions referring to the videos. Okay, so 5 o'clock here, right? 5 o'clock our trading session starts. So what do we know from where we're at this yellow line? So we know London did not break Asian high, which is previous day's high, right? Asia is placed lower, right? Okay. London session took out this previous day's low, as well as the liquidity sitting under it. Okay. So now, at this point, now because I personally am a supply and demand trader, I personally didn't trade on this day, because for the particular pair that I trade, which is UJ, there was no specific setup. Now for somebody who maybe took like false break, liquidity grab setup, they could have got in right here where this liquidity was taking that, and then entered a buy position, but there was no setup for me and my particular trading strategy on this day. More times than not, my particular trading strategy setup happens on a Tuesday or a Thursday. More times than not. So since there was no setup, we were going to go straight to Tuesday at 8 o'clock, New York Standard Time. Okay? Because there was no setup. And if there's no setup, then we close the market, we close the charts, and we go. Right? Okay? So, now that we on Tuesday, we're looking at Monday, previous day. Okay? So now, I'm going to just stay on for now, I'm going to stay on the 15-minute time frame. I'm going to erase these indicators, and I'm going to turn on my daily indicator, and so I can see that this liquidity up here was basically previous day's high. Okay. And we can also see previous day's lows right here. Okay. So I'm going to erase the daily indicator. I'm going to put on my sessions indicator, and I'm going to mark up session high, session low, preferably maybe Asian session high, which is right here. Asian session high, which there's always liquidity above Asian session high and session low, because price generally likes to consolidate unless you trade a yen pair, which I trade UJ. So if I trade an Asian session, I may be able to find some setups with UJ. But okay, so we're gonna mark up Asian session high. Asian session low. Okay. Alright, so here's London session, and here's 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, Pacific, New York Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time. It will be 5 o'clock for me because I'm in Cali, right? So, at 5 o'clock, we see London took out Asian high right? London take out Asia high, and then displaced lower. Okay. Now, price didn't necessarily break this structure point, but because we're bearish, remember what I said, price will either take out a previous day or a previous session high before it displaces lower if we're bearish, and then vice versa. So, price displaced right here. Now, on a smaller time frame, maybe a 5-minute time frame right here, you would have seen a short term, not a short term, but a smaller time frame breaker structure. You would have been able to catch a better entry on there, but I generally don't go no lower than a 15-minute time frame. But because I know that this was a breaker structure on the 5-minute time frame, basically there was a supply coming from this level right here. And remember I said something about gaps, right? So I'm gonna zoom this, I'm gonna make this larger so y'all can see. Alright, so what I want y'all to pay attention to is this gap right here. After price took out Asian high and displaced lower, price left a gap right here between this wick right here where my cursor is and this green candle's wick right here. So I'm gonna mark this up, this gap up with a little purple box because that's just what I use for gaps. Right, so there's a gap right there. Okay. I also will have this supply candle, which I would deem as to be either a consecutive hold on now. Alright, so would be at least 2 to 3. So if we're bearish, I'm looking for the last buy candle before the displacement lower, or a series of buy candles before the displacement lower, and vice versa. If I'm bullish, I'm looking for the last bearish candle before the displacement higher, or the last series of candles before this displacement higher. Okay, so I'm gonna mark my supply zone, my supply candle up right here, right? And so because we don't trade until start trading until 5 o'clock. So when I came to the market, we were already in the zone, right? But mind you, I already saw that London had took out Asia high and then we displaced lower, breaking this short-term structure, which I'm about to mark up right here. Y'all see this line right here? That's my short-term breaker structure, which lets me know that price is about to displace lower. Okay. Hold up. Alright, so I'm already seeing prices in the zone. Now also, when it comes to this trading, you gotta also understand what these candlesticks mean and how to read these candlesticks, right? Because what I do see is price came into the zone as well as the gap. Price came into the zone and produced fairly large bearish candles. This bearish candle right here is larger than this green candle right here. So since I came to the market and we were already in the zone, price came deeper into the zone. And so what I was basically waiting for on a conservative entry, because I normally would have just entered as soon as price entered the zone, and to each his own when it comes to supply and demand trading. You know, different people wait for different confirmations. I'm kind of more of an aggressive trader. So basically what I was waiting for was price to break this candle, break this quote unquote support zone. And so I entered my trade because it was after 5 o'clock and it was at 5:30 Cali time. And so what you also learn is you can't just be entering trades at any time. There has to be a specific time in which you're entering the trade, right? So I entered this trade in at the break. Hold up. At the break of this structure level. And I'm only risking at the most 23 to 25 pips, right? Then I have my stop loss about the close of this candle right here, right? The close of this candle, not the wick, the close, okay? And so I'm always going for an automatic 1 to 2. So if I'm risking 23 pips, I'm looking for at least 46, right? Or I'm targeting a structure level, depending on the day of the week, the time, the momentum of the market. But I'm automatically going for 1 to 2. So if I was risking 23 pips, I'm going for 46 pips, right? Bam. And then ultimately, my target would have been, if I zoom out, you remember I was talking about this higher time frame low right here. And so ultimately that would be the low that I would be targeting. And as you can see, that obviously played out. It took generally all night because I entered it during New York session. It didn't hit TP until Asian session. You know what I'm saying? So it was practically midnight. But my first TP was hit. By 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So that's 7 o'clock. So that trade duration was from about 8:30, like 2 hours roughly. You know what I'm saying? So that's Tuesday, right? And Wednesday, I don't trade Wednesdays. Thursday, I actually did not trade either. So the only trade I did have was the trade from Tuesday. And like I told you, mainly Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days when my setup, for the most part, actually plays out. So I was in the markets Monday and Tuesday. Monday they didn't provide a setup. Tuesday was a dub. And then as you can see, I marked this up. What is this? Oh, I marked this up. This was from Friday. I marked this up, and this actually played out, but I wasn't in the market because NFP was Friday. And so as soon as news came out, it entered into my zone. And then let me see here. When I got stopped out, cause I marked this up. I didn't take the trade, but I marked it up. Nope, I wouldn't have got stopped out. So that trade was 20. Would have been a risk of 23 pips, and I would have hit my one to two. But I didn't trade. I didn't trade that day. So that's cool. That's cool with me because it was NFE week. So next week we going ham again, like I said. This one moving kind of slow today, but hopefully we could get some better connection. Cause I'm gonna be live streaming my sessions, and so can't be moving all slow. But that's pretty much how that went. That's how that goes. So again, welcome to the channel. Again, this is the very first video, so you know what I'm saying, it's not gonna be nothing too crazy. Just basically to document what last week was, the trades I took last week, and for the most part to just prepare for the coming up week. So if I go real quick, if I go to the hour time frame, so we could see price is clearly bearish for like the last week or 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Actually, for a while, right? So, excuse me, what I would be expecting. Now, understand, price ain't gonna just keep going down. Price has to retrace. So I'm gonna try and erase all this real quick so I can let y'all see what I'm talking about. And I gotta fix this. This computer is way slow. I'm gonna have to get another tablet, man. Alright, so price broke that low. So basically, for next week, what I'm basically looking for, just to keep it simple, is, hold on, let me spread this out so y'all can see. So price broke this low right here on Wednesday of last week on our time frame. So what I am going to do instead is go to the 4 hour really quick. Real quick. And so, personally for me, this is not clear to me. So I'd even go to the daily. Okay, so now this is a little more clear for me. This looks a little more clean, right? So we saw this was a breaker structure, price retrace. Now, being that price is all the way down here, right? And it created these inverted inverted fair value gap. Basically a gap that at one point was traded into but traded through, basically is what I'm saying. So we got this fair value gap right here. Fair value gap right here, right? Hold up. Because I'm going to change this gap box to purple. Alright, so we got this fair value gap right here. You saw price traded into it right here, right? So if price trades to this gap and trades through it, that's called an inverted fair value gap, right? So price traded back into it and traded through it. So I would be looking at this as an inverted fair value gap. Right? So I'm anticipating price breaking this low. If not breaking this low, at least coming to fill in this gap and mitigate this consolidation, I will say right here. Right. So if price comes into this and reverses, basically trades into it and then displaces up, trades into it, displaces up, then I may be looking for buys next week to potentially retrace. I mean, not to retrace, but I would potentially be looking for buys to break this high, to come take out this high up here. But if price breaks this low, then I would be anticipating price to come into these lows right here. So then I'll be looking for sales, okay? But as you can see on the daily time frame, I'm gonna erase this fair value gap right, this inverted fair value gap right here, right? Because what I want to try to pay attention to is this gap right here, and then this consolidation right here before this displacement lower is what I would be waiting for price, either waiting for price to trade into, or I would be looking for buys coming to the zone, and then I would be looking for sales to trade away from it, or just depending on what price does, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really try to predict what price is doing. You kind of have to make an analysis and then react to what price is doing, but following your rules at the same time. That's another thing that y'all gonna have to learn is, you know what I mean, it's rules to this. So just like you go work a job and they got rules, it's rules to this. And if you don't follow the rules, then you just not gonna make no money. Okay, so that's basically how that is. I'm actually gonna end this video off because this computer is super slow, man. And so that's basically the one trade I did take last week, and then the one trade I did mark up but I didn't take. But that's basically what this channel is gonna be about, is basically documenting my trading process when I enter markets in the morning during my trading sessions. When I enter my trades, when I'm in my trading session, I'm gonna be able to see that live, and then we could possibly learn together. Y'all could learn from me. Y'all, it's gonna be proof in the pudding. So I'm gonna be doing it right in front of y'all. So it ain't gonna be no reason for y'all to be, you know what I'm saying, suspect. But yeah, that's it. That's it for today, man. I appreciate y'all coming to the channel. Welcome. Definitely subscribe, like they say, if you're trying to get some more notifications of my videos being posted, so you could potentially learn something and be able to make some extra money, man. You know what I'm saying? So I holla at y'all. It's Ronnie, Family Ties. We out.